Good morning, Kendall Kids, and welcome to your February 5th, a Friday. And it's a little bit rainy and dreary out there right now if you're looking outside. But guess what? That's pretty appropriate because today is National Weather Person's Day. So, a weather person, pretty obviously, is somebody who talks to you about the weather. They tell you about what's going on locally for you, what's coming your way, and give you that heads up so you can prepare yourself better for the day. But not just weather people or weather persons are the people being celebrated today, but also their counterpart, and in some cases, one and the same as the meteorologist. That is actually the scientist who studies weather patterns, and even climate, and make larger predictions and actually can run through computers mathematical models to predict what's going to be happening with the weather. They can actually make their own models oftentimes. So even a lot of your local weather persons that pop on the TV to tell you about the weather, or maybe the radio, happen to be here very often meteorologists as well. But that's not the only thing you could do if you're a weather person or meteorologist. One other really interesting idea would be to go to work for the EPA, the Environmental Protection Agency. They actually have a series of their own meteorologists to help out in terms of figuring out the best ways to handle environmental protection within the United States, trying to take on some of the biggest problems that we have, which is being good stewards of our environment. But they're not the only federal organization that takes care of the environment. NOAA, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, although they don't focus purely on the environment, they do a lot of work trying to predict weather models and figure out what's going on both with the larger climate events, but then predicting major storms. One of their big purposes is to let you know whether there's a large storm event coming your way. And they work much more internationally and globally, which is pretty exciting. So think about just how cool that could be to really become a weather person or a meteorologist and to work either, telling the local weather or doing some bigger stuff in science. So that being said, let's put our hands over our hearts, find the flag in the room, and please rise for the flag salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please be seated. Hey kids, just a reminder before we get into the menu that we are looking for those kind acts. So remember to record those on a colored slip of paper, put it over in Miss Markham's basket outside of her room, and we will try to add to that wall display you already see going on right up next to the cafeteria. Okay, you Kendall kids, let's talk about food. Today we have a PB&J sandwich along with string cheese or Mac stuffed crust pizza, baby carrots with dressing, pineapple, and milk. Talking about just a little more with that weather. Wait a minute. Weather person. Who's your weather person? It's me! So this day is celebrating me as well, right? Maybe I'm not really truly a weather person, especially not a meteorologist. I do not have an advanced degree in that. But I can tell you what's going on locally with the weather, which is today we're looking at quite the warm day of a high of 38 degrees, low of 18. It's going to be a high chance of precipitation continuing on, so there's going to be spitting rain throughout the day. That may put a cramp on our recess plans. I'll get to that in just a moment. Tomorrow, though, the big chill. We're going to drop all the way down to a high of 25, low in the teens. Sunday, the high is higher, but the low is also lower. And then we stabilize into those mid-20s and teens through the beginning of the week. So, we got a little bit of a mixed bag in the weather right there. It looks like it's going to be getting cold again. So we're not quite out of that end of the winter. But, in terms of recess, I guess that just is kind of a question mark today because we just don't know what's going to be going on in terms of, is it going to be wet? Is it going to be too windy because the wind really is howling right now? And will that wind chill be too low? So listen to what your teachers have to tell you and your TAs in terms of whether we have outside time or not. But remember to always dress appropriately and to try to stay warm and dry. All right, guys. Let's finish out the announcements and start our weekend the right way with that Kendall mission statement. The mission of the Kendall Central School District is to provide the knowledge, skills, values, and attitudes needed by students to live responsibly and to compete successfully in today's and tomorrow's world. Hope you guys have a fantastic weekend, and if I don't get a chance to see you, remember to stay colorful, Kendall.